Well, Indiabulls Housing has finally announced its rights issue detail. The company is looking to raise close to 3,693 crore rupees via this rights issue, and the rights issue is priced at close to 150 rupees per share, which is at a discount of nearly 25% compared to the current market price. Now, the rights ratio is for every 2 shares, every investor holding shares in Indiabulls Housing will get extra 1 share in form of rights a share. Now, the record date for this rights issue is February 1st, which means that if any investor wants to participate in this Indiabulls Housing rights issue, needs to buy the Indiabulls Housing shares by January 31st, 2024. The rights issue will open on Feb 7th and will remain open till February 13th. Now, if eligible for rights issue, some investors will also get the rights entitlement, which would be credited to their demat account by the end of Feb 6th, and the last date to sell this rights entitlement would be February 8th. Now, what is this rights entitlement? Rights entitlement is a temporary credit of rights equity shares on the demat account, and investors have an option to either keep this RE and subscribe to the rights issue, or else they could go ahead and sell this rights entitlement on the exchanges up till Feb 8th. Now, on the payment terms for this rights issue is that on application, one needs to pay 50 rupees per share, while the remaining 100 rupees has to be paid by the investor anytime over the next 12 months. Now, what are the options that existing investors have at this current moment? Now, if they go ahead and choose to sell this rights entitlement that will be credited in their demat account, then they can consider the value that they get from selling this rights entitlement as dividend per share. Now, as per our calculation, 49 rupees could be the estimated price of this rights entitlement, and assuming that if an investor has around 100 shares, they get around 50 rights entitlement, and if they sell this 50 rights entitlement on the market, then they could get close to 2,450 rupees, which is a dividend per share of close to 24.5 rupees, which is the highest ever dividend that Indiabulls Housing would have paid so far. However, if they choose to keep this RE, there is too much of hassle that is involved. That is, they need to track the payment date for the remaining amount that needs to be paid. Also, if they fail to pay the amount, the rights issue will be forfeited. So, there is a lot of hassle for an existing investor. Now, what can new investors do here? Now, there's an arbitrage opportunity here as well. Now, if someone chooses to buy Indiabulls Housing shares just to play the rights issue, then the minimum gain that they could get from doing this arbitrage, as per the base price of 49 rupees of rights entitlement, could be around 2.3% in matter of just 1 week. Now, if the gains of if the rights entitlement lists at a premium of nearly 40%, then the gains could be as high as around 6.3%. And if any investor wants to get a fresh entry into Indiabulls Housing for long-term perspective, then also buying this RE would make sense, because the holding cost, normal holding cost of around 150 shares of Indiabulls Housing would be close to 29,850, while the holding cost of around 100 shares of Indiabulls Housing and 50 shares of rights issue at this moment would be just 22,400. The remaining balance amount could be invested by the investor in any FD, which would earn them around 5.75% over a period of 1 year.